Confusion, concern, frustration. This afternoon, a lot of questions swirling the day after the West Ada School District's 5-hour school board meeting. Since that meeting, Arshira Matsuzawa has reached out to the school district to clarify what was discussed and decided. You also heard from some parents, and many of them are not happy, are they, Shira?
That's right, Mark. You know, I listened in on that meeting yesterday, and today I spoke with a handful of parents, and while they all range in opinions when it comes to whether schools should reopen for in-person learning or online, all of them say they're frustrated with the lack of decision that came from the school board yesterday.
It was confusing. I just felt like they were talking in circles, to be honest.
The time I spent listening to it, I feel like, well, that was a waste of my time.
It just seemed like the people who were speaking in the meeting weren't prepared for the meeting.
Students in the West Ada School District are headed back to school on September 8th. The school board pushed that start date back Tuesday, but the decision took some time.
I'm confused why it would take 5 hours to determine delaying the school season by 2 weeks.
Michelle Imahara has a 5-year-old in the school district. She says Tuesday's meeting was unorganized.
It just seems that us as parents are being dragged through a game of tug and pull. Schools are opening, schools are not opening.
Like many other parents,
I wasn't the only parent that felt like, well, nobody wants to make a decision.
Kim Tracy was hoping the school board would finalize plans for what school would look like when it reopened, especially since her children have special needs.
My oldest, she has a vision issue where she medically cannot focus on a computer screen. So her spring learning was a disaster.
The school board ultimately decided to revisit details of the fall learning plan on August 25th. Char Jackson is the spokesperson for the West Ada School District.
This will give us valuable time to deploy the technology we need to go back to school under a yellow or a red plan.
If the district moves forward under the red plan, students will learn in a remote setting. In a yellow scenario, kids will go to school 2 to 3 days a week and learn through a mix of live and recorded teacher instructions.
So when we make a decision about going back to school in a yellow or a red scenario, we take a lot of things into account when making that decision, and Central District Health's recommendation is just one of those things.
Currently, CDH has categorized West Ada in the red.
There is a scenario where we could be in red from Central District Health, and we would still go back to school in a yellow plan.
Jackson says there are several other factors the board looks at, such as what's best for staff and school learning, as well as health and safety factors.
This is obviously a difficult decision to make for the board. It's a very difficult decision, one that they don't take lightly, but they do have the students' best interest at heart. I really feel like the board cares. I support the board, but I also want them to know that we deserve better. When you wait until the last minute, you are not giving your kids and the best education possible. So if we're going to go online, let's go online. Let's just do it so we can prepare. If we're going to do a hybrid, fine. I think we can adapt if we have the time.
As for the reasoning behind pushing back that start date to September 8th, the school board said it gives staff more time to train and gives the school district more time to potentially open in a yellow scenario and allows more time to get the necessary technology to the district's 40,000 students. Now, right now, they're still waiting for an additional 12,000 devices, which are scheduled to arrive the week of August 24th. Mark?
My wife said it best. No matter how you feel about the board's decisions, you really have to feel for those school boards making such big decisions that a lot of their constituents are not going to be happy about. All right, Shira, thank you.